Sunday night profiled Catalaris in May, treating a severely ill 4-year-old with cannabis oil.
That will keep several children going for several months, but there are many, many children in need.
Soon after that story, Catalaris was charged with possessing, making and supplying large commercial quantities of cannabis oil.
We cannot afford to have our work interrupted by ill-considered police or other interventions.
His lawyer, Michael Corn, today dropped his client. His bail was cancelled 10 days ago. He appeared by video link from prison. Inside the court, supporters yelled out, "Set him free. He's a political prisoner. He's not guilty." Catalaris then detailed what he described as the inhumane conditions at Parklea Prison, saying the guards there are sadistic. Judge Conlon said he'd recommend he be moved to the Metropolitan Remand Centre at Silverwater Jail ahead of a bail application next month. Among his supporters, Church of Ubuntu leader BJ Footer.
Nothing goes up. Do you hear me?
Just calm down.
Have you heard me?
Yes, I heard what
Nothing
you said.
goes up.
I hear you. Yep. Catalaris has a bail hearing next month. If convicted, he faces up to 20 years jail.
We have given up on the possibility that we can negotiate with any of the governments, state or federal, in this country and to conduct those negotiations in good faith. I think that's no longer considered a possibility. They're unmoved by arguments of compassion, and we have to look to strategies to move things forward. So what we've done over the last 12 months, I've been extracting cannabis generally by sonication into oil for the provision of medical cannabis to sick children. But instead of throwing out the leftover leaf, we kept it. So there was 11 kilos of extracted cannabis leaf, which we left in a grow room, publicised its location on TV during a television report, and had the police arrive. So now we're hoping to, or expecting to have a trial by jury where we expect to introduce the concept of jury nullification of statute law and a not guilty finding on the basis of medical necessity. So we're very comfortable with using the court as a showcase for the power of medical cannabis, and in doing so try and move this rather backward country forward in that regard.
Okay, we're here at the Downing Centre in Sydney, and Andrew Catalaris has just walked out of court.
A free man.
A free man. How do you feel?
Free the weed.
Free to weed, and you have done that, haven't you, Andrew? He has totally done that today, and that jury were amazing, weren't they?
Finally, yes.
Yes, finally. You worked really, really hard to get this far, Andrew, and we're all so proud of you.
Yeah, thank you.
We are, and here's one of your,
It was a big team.
This is Karen Burge. Karen's been standing by your side and supporting you, and
she has that. So.
From the beginning, and she's always speak very highly of you. Karen, what have you got to say today?
Very good. Speechless. I'm speechless.
Yeah.
I'm excited, and this is for all of us. So.
Oh, great! There's media coming. This is very exciting to hear, because we do need the media from around the world to see this and view this and to hear what actually happened in the court process, because we weren't allowed to actually say anything, were we, Karen?
No, we weren't. There was a big media non-publication order in place so that we couldn't let people know. But we had a full gallery some days, which was amazing.
It was, wasn't it? It was just remarkable.
Yeah, Andrew's been writing his book. He started writing it in jail. So I'd really like to start getting people start selling his book, because it's amazing.
It is amazing, isn't it, Karen?
Yeah.
So this is what's going on out here at the moment. Andrew's stopping and posing for photos, as he should do. He's such a rock star. I think you're a rock star, Andrew.
Rock star, mate. The last one you called a rock star got him roasted. Don't you remember?
Oh, there's rock stars everywhere around here. And just posing for a photo there. Okay, so Karen, can you tell me a little bit more about when the jury came in to deliver their verdict, please?
Oh well, they had extra security in the room. They had three sheriffs, which was interesting. They would have needed them if there was non-guilty.
Yeah.
But no, it was good. It was really, really beautiful. It was after 4 years of hard work, and especially the last 2 years that Andrew's been incarcerated, the 22 weeks he was in jail unlawfully, and the 4 weeks that we've just spent in Sydney supporting him. It's huge relief to have this outcome. This is the outcome that we've always visioned and that we've always wanted and intended. This is about every child suffering from epilepsy all children suffering from autism, debilitating diseases, and all Australians.
And cerebral palsy.
Cerebral palsy. You know, cannabis is the safest medicine.
Yeah.
It's been used for thousands of years, and the truth of that is finally being seen, heard, and acknowledged.
Absolutely. Hey, and here is Mr. BJ Footer. Mr. BJ Footer, have you got a comment for Love Bell today?
We have some
We're on
people
the
in the legal
spot.
system that understand stuff, eh?
Well, more now.
We do, don't
More
we?
than before.
More now than before, absolutely, yeah. And I think with the education that you provide, Andrew, it's sensational. How are you feeling about today's events?
You're talking to me.
I am, BJ, yeah.
I'm really shitty, actually. I
Oh.
want to see him go away for 25 years, yeah?
It was never going to happen.
It's my competition.
You were in the wrong courtroom, man. You're in the wrong courtroom. But here we have Mr. Paul Robert Burton over here too. Paul, would you like to just make a quick comment, please, for the people that are watching? We're gonna obviously only have a short broadcast here on Love Bell, but I would love to hear your comments, please.
That's all. We're really, really happy.
Yeehaw.
Fantastic result for Andrew. We're all over the moon, and this is a fantastic win for the cannabis community in general, nationally, because this is a medical necessity win. I think it's the first time ever in Australian history that I'm aware of that there's been a medical necessity win with an argument about this with cannabis oil for children with intractable epilepsy. It's a huge win, you know, and with so many people literally forced to plead guilty to get their offences mitigated, where cannabis is concerned as both a food and a medicine. This is a fantastic achievement for Andrew, and let's hope that it brings about a lot more positive change in this country with cannabis reform, and we finally get what we've all been wanting for a long time.
Oh, well, there you go. You heard it here on Love Bell. You heard it first. You hear it. This is the exciting news. This is Meredith. Meredith works at the Church of Ubuntu as well. Meredith, how do you feel?
Oh, I'm so wrapped, so excited.
Yeah.
And now we get to springboard from this and get it out there in the public to debate with the experts.
With the experts, bring that on. I'm excited to be doing. I'm hoping to chair that panel of experts across the country to actually sit down and talk about cannabis as food.
That's what's next. We've got to springboard off this.
We do, don't we?
Yeah, no, it's not another 20 years.
No, now.
Now
Now's the time, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes. Well, you know, for not guilties on counts that could have seen Dr. Andrew Catalaris go away for 25 years. That's astounding, isn't it? I think that's a new record, and it is a precedent that's
When
been
you have
set.
truth on your side, it can't help but win.
Truth on your side and a beautiful heart in your chest.
And the
Andrew
dedication
Catalaris
and the
has that.
passion and the perseverance, yes.
Absolutely, yeah.
And the care. And the care
Well, we're
for
so
children.
excited for him, aren't we? Tracy, have you got anything to say today? How did you feel sitting in that courtroom? I was sitting beside you holding your hand and I could feel you shaking.
I know, I'm just so happy because this is a change for all of us. It's just, and we've just begun, we've got so much to do.
Yeah.
And Dr. Andrews just made a way for us to all to heal naturally free. You know,
Absolutely.
This is what we need. We need free natural medication. So
Oh, well, look,
let's
we've
go
got-
for it. Let's go and grow.
Let's go for it. Let's go for it. Grow it everywhere.
Dr.
Hey,
Andrew Catalaris has just freed the herb.
yes, he did. And if you've just joined us, like Danielle Lateral has, she's shaking. She's saying she's excited that Andrew has won, and Dale Harrison is now watching as well. So we'll hang in here just a little bit longer. Hey, Stella, how do you feel? Feel good?
Yeah.
Brilliant. So do I. It was exciting, wasn't it? It was very exciting. Hello, darling. How are you?
I'm so ecstatic.
Now, when we were in the courtroom there in the gallery, where were you sitting?
Right next to you guys.
You were. We were holding hands, weren't we?
And crying
And
together
crying
like girls.
together. We were, because it was so tense, wasn't it? We weren't sure whether they were going to deliver a verdict or whether they had a question for the judge.
Yeah.
Yes. And we were excited to find out that it was a verdict, and we had the presence of 3 sheriffs at that stage. We only had 1 prior to that. I guess they really wanted to hear the exciting news as well, didn't
I
they?
think so too.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, here are, guys. There's the man of the moment. It's Dr. Andrew Catalaris, the wonderful Dr. Pot. He's here with us today, and we're so excited he's walking free. And with that, here's Maria as well. Maria.
The venue on Tuesday.
The Zots at Newcastle.
All the Zots, yes. We'll be heading back to Newcastle. Oh my God, hello. Are you allowed on live Facebook feeds? Good, hello. Oh my God. Thank you. Thank you so much. This is one of the jury members, right?
Thank you, darling.
We just love that you guys came out and did that.
That's just incredible.
We're so excited.
I'm overwhelmed.
There you go. We'll just,
Facing the court.
is there something you want to say to the public? Go right ahead.
Justice was served.
Justice was served.
It was definitely so.
I'm so proud of you
Absolutely.
guys. You've just changed so many lives. You've just saved so many lives. It's just incredible. The change is going to come about what your decision has just done. It's going to be universal for all Australians, not just who was in the court today, not just the kids, everyone.
Everyone will benefit from,
You know, my
Yeah.
great grandchildren. Thank you. Like all our
Absolutely.
families.
Thank you.
Well,
I
thank you guys.
recognise you.
Yeah, and you certainly. How did you feel? How did you feel about what you learned in the courtroom?
Right.
Yeah.
Would you like to tell us your name? No.
They can't go too much into it.
Okay, no, that's all right.
Was there much controversy?
Okay. Oh, right.
Or was it
Okay, no
fairly
worries.
straightforward?
Wow, you know, we're here on the spot. People are coming to us, coming to Love Bell to comment.
Like in the jury room, like I can talk about the case, obviously. But
Yes.
let's just say it started controversial, but it didn't end up controversial.
Ah, fantastic. We love controversy though here in Sydney. It's all about controversy.
Look like you don't want to be there at all. You said,
3.5 weeks is a long time, isn't it, to be on a
Do
jury?
you know anything about medical cannabis before this started?
Not really.
Right. Was that the same with most of them?
I think so, yeah.
Well, look, we really appreciate that you've come out here to say hello and say, and yeah, I can see that you're feeling overwhelmed with emotion as well.
Shook the world.
Yeah. And if everybody from the panel came out here right now, I'm sure we'd have a big group hug. Absolutely. We're here with the Guardian, aren't we?
Some pretty serious charges, so...
Well, theoretically, it was life imprisonment. But that's only because of the ridiculous way they've formed the laws. Right? They've defined cannabis oil as any liquid containing any amount of THC. So you're actually more at risk if you produce medicine for children because it's more dilute than if you produce concentrated recreational resin. It's just another part of the insanity of this drug war.
And were you confident that you'd get the result, that the jury had come back with the not guilty?
I was confident that if confronted by a rational jury, I would get the result I wanted. Yes.
They didn't deliberate for very long, so they must have been pretty convinced by...
Well, we heard that in the first week there was a fairly strong anti-feeling, but as the facts emerged and all the statements that we made were justified, that feeling changed to one of sympathy and support.
And so what's next for you from here?
Well, we have to get into the fields now. It's planting time. We're well into our planting time, and that's where we'll be going.
Beautiful. Okay. Thanks very much, Andrew. Okay.
We're back over here. We've got more news crews. Channel 9 now, interviewing. Channel 7 as well.
Properly constructed herbal cannabis is life-changing, not only for the children we treat, but for their whole family. Right? The savings to the health system is massive. Each child with intractable epilepsy that we treat saves hundreds of thousands of dollars in health costs each year. Right? It's a victory for society and a victory for common sense. And we hope to build on that and move rapidly towards a system where abundant supplies of herbal cannabis are available.
So you would like to see it decriminalised?
Absolutely, both for industrial, medical and recreational use. Right? In the places where recreational cannabis has been legalised, there's been really significant social benefits. A reduction in suicide, a reduction in domestic violence, a reduction in fatal traffic accidents. These things are reported and substantiated.
It's a fight that obviously put you in a very precarious position. You must be relieved personally.
I'm relieved that I can continue doing the work that I enjoy doing, and that's transforming the lives of children that are currently suffering with intractable disease.
Is there a danger though as well?
For what?
With it becoming more freely available?
The experience around the world, and it's now quite extensive, is wherever there has been drug law reform, social benefit has flowed. Right? There hasn't been a documented instance of problems. Legalisation leads to a reduction in teenagers smoking cannabis. Right? We've already seen a reduction in domestic violence, in suicides. Right? There's been no downside, except to the pharmaceutical industry and the corrupt police that are maintaining this prohibition. I would like to see Gladys Berejiklian and Troy Grant in the dock instead of us. That's what I'd like to see. He claims to be protecting the children of New South Wales, but by his actions, sending a dozen police, spending 12 hours ransacking a place, right? What has that achieved? We've wasted hundreds of thousands of dollars. I spent 6 months in a high security jail. It's just a nonsense that things are going that way. Right? We have to catch up with the rest of the world.
But we're in court every day and we do see drug problems quite widespread.
Cannabis, herbal cannabis is not a drug, number one. Herbal cannabis is a life-changing medicine, right? Why don't the police concentrate on methamphetamine, which is like literally a scourge in this society? So don't put cannabis in a drug category. It is not. It is a herbal medicine, right? It is an industrial crop. It is a food. It is these things, right? It has been erroneously called a drug by those people with a vested interest in keeping the better competition out.
Great, thank you. Thanks you.